Have you stopped to wonder what the significance of a simple phrase like duly open on the center means? Well, for us as Freemasons, this concept strikes at the very heart of our craft. When a Masonic lodge is duly opened on the center, it's a declaration that as Masons, we're fully aligned with the core principles of the craft, ready to engage with the profound truths and timeless wisdom that Freemasonry has to offer. But what exactly is this center that we speak of with such reverence? Well, it's not a physical point in the lodge room, but a powerful symbol that represents a state of perfect balance, harmony, and moral rectitude. To be on the center is to embody the highest ideals of the craft in every aspect of our lives. Don't we all as human beings strive to live our lives on the center, grounded by the highest principles and values? Well, it's not actually easy. The world has this way of pulling us off course, tempting us with shortcuts and teasing us with easy answers. Imagine an ancient stonemason working at the construction of King Solomon's temple. As he labours with his tools, he's focused not just on the physical task at hand, but also turning his thoughts inward, contemplating the deeper meaning of his craft and striving to align himself with the divine principles that guide his work. Being duly opened on the center means approaching one's work with a sense of reverence and purpose. It means staying true to our teachings of the craft, even when we're faced with challenges or temptations that try and lead us astray. Consider our ancient brother who is working on that temple when he found himself struggling with a particularly challenging piece of stone. If he remembers the teachings of the craft and centers himself, aligns his intentions with the highest principles of Freemasonry, the stone will then seem to yield to his touch and almost as if it recognized the sincerity and integrity of his actions. So by aligning ourselves with the highest principles and values, by approaching our work and our lives with a sense of purpose and integrity, we tap into a source of strength and wisdom that goes beyond individual abilities. We become part of something greater than ourselves, a timeless tradition of craftsmanship, philosophy, and spirituality. You see, living a life on a center is not always easy. It requires discipline, courage, and a willingness to face challenges and setbacks with resilience and determination. It means being true to ourselves and our values, even when it's difficult and unpopular. But the rewards of living a life on the center, equilibrium or perfect harmony, are immeasurable. It's a life of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment, a life that is rich in both personal growth and positive impact on the world around us. We become part of a proud tradition of craftsmen, philosophers, and spiritual seekers who have sought to build a better world, one stone at a time. Then as we strive to open our lives and be duly open on the center, in our lodges, in our communities, and in everything we do, let us be the builders of bridges, the healer of wounds, and the champions of compassion and understanding. Let's never forget that the profound truths of timeless wisdom that our ancient craft has to offer. And then by living on the center, we have the opportunity to create something that will endure long after we are gone. A legacy of service, a legacy of compassion, and a positive change that will inspire others to follow in our footsteps. It is a lofty goal, absolutely. But it's one that's within the reach for each and every one of us. We just have to stay true to the center. And by approaching our lives and work with this integrity, empathy, and a sense of purpose, we tap into that strength and wisdom that has endured for centuries. So let us all strive to live a life that is duly open on the center and leave a legacy that will endure long after we have gone. Because isn't that the ultimate goal of Freemasonry? And isn't it the ultimate goal of any true philosophical or even spiritual tradition?
This has been the Daily Masonic Progress Podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure you follow us on Spotify or subscribe on Apple Podcasts. The Daily Masonic Progress Podcast is available on all streaming platforms with new episodes every week.